Brian back here taking a look at XRP. I think we got a big bounce coming here in the market, right? Is this our retracement? Is this where we get out the relief bounce? And everybody cashes out, possibly, or does Bitcoin have another push to the upside? It's possible too, by the looks of it, right? You have XRP here. You could put, looks like a possible wedge here also forming on this thing right up through here, right there. Yeah, do got a wedge forming here on XRP. Yeah, I think it looks pretty decent, to be honest with you. You got a 5-wave down here. Question is the 5-wave down done? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 waves to the downside. Is that over with? We'll take a look here in a second. I got a few things I want to show you. Do want to give my prayers out for BITBOY Crypto. That guy, I've watched his show every single day. He's a normal man like any of us, right? Just like your next door neighbor, just like you, just like me. Just a normal dude. And I see a lot of people bashing him on YouTube. I mean, that's not cool, man. That's not, imagine if you were in them shoes. We all got down times, right? We all got bad times in life. That's when we need people to pick us up, not to put us down and hammer us in the dirt. So I do want to send my prayers out to Ben, and his family. They need it right now, right? Poor guy's had a rough run here, okay? We all know that we all been there, I'm sure. So sending prayers out to Ben Armstrong. I hope you get back on your feet, man, and I hope your show comes back and you end up kicking butt, because you're a hard-working dude, and if anybody can do it, you got it in you for sure. You did it once, you can do it again. So sending my prayers and that out to Ben. Anyway, if we take a look here at the market cycle top indicators, not a single one has popped. They would turn green if they have, and none of them. Zero. Boom, 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 right down through them. Not a single one, right? So according to them, the top is not in, right? I don't know. Bitcoin, you have massive bearish divergence on the monthly, which could have been this big pullback that it was leading to. We'll take a look at that chart here in a second. Over here on coin market cap, the fear and greed, and a 16, beautiful. It's where we want it. When it's up in the extreme greed and stuff, that's when you got to worry about tops. That's when you got to worry about the market rolling over and taking all your money, right? When it's down in the extreme fear area, that's when you're looking for bounces. I've said that, and I said it a month ago. I even almost got this Bitcoin pullback. If you watched my last video about a week and a half ago, almost got it, on Bitcoin. But anyway, getting some pretty decent bounces here. Last 24 hours, the ones that are up the most, right there. Pudgy Penguins, Sui, Pumpun, right down. Look at Cardano, 14%. I love Cardano. Pepe, looking possible double bottom on this thing, or it's going to do a wave 5 down. If it did a double bottom, that thing's going to absolutely fly, right? Over here in the crypto bubbles, they are looking very good. Look at this. Pow. That's what happens. We've been beat down. This stuff is way down for the year, right? This is when we're looking for possible retracement areas. If you look at the year, look at this. This is ugly to look at, but there it is. There's your yearly. If you're looking there, XRP, where the heck is it on here? I'm sure you see it. I don't. XRP. I can just punch it in up here, but I was hoping to just find it. Right up here. Was right near my cursor. XRP down 20%. Not bad. Compared to everything else. Look at these numbers. XRP is one of the few, one of the higher as far as pullbacks. Look at Zcash, 322%. Monero, 142. Yeah, Pretty crazy. Not too bad for XRP though for the year, 20%. That's not bad. And hey guys, if you trade out there, if you leverage trade, you know, if you want to give it a shot, weeks. I had a pile of people go from my YouTube channel over here and signed up, and their charts were horrible. You know, about a year ago, charts were absolutely atrocious. They were slow. You know, you click on the 15-minute like this here. Let me see, click on it, and it would take like 30 seconds to load up. They're fast as can be now. They're just like any other like trading view. They load up nice and fast now. Click on the 1 day, boom, you know, nice and quick. That's what you want to see. So if you'd like to give weeks another shot, there's a link in my this description. That was easy to say. Description of my video. I'd appreciate it if you used it, and it would definitely help me out a lot in the channel. That'd be fantastic. But they're a lot better if you trader. They got a pile of stuff for new signups. You can earn weeks for your leverage trading. They got a pile of stuff going on right now, trying to get people back. A bunch of promotions over here going on. Look at all these. Trade to earn, AI Global Challenge, new user rewards, invite and win, BIP Thanksgiving, Happy Tuesday. They have that every Tuesday. $100,000 airdrop every week. Hot token airdrop, Thanksgiving week spot challenge. They got all kinds of stuff going on, and the charts are great. You know, you can make them full screen if you want. Where is that? I never use full screen. Where the heck is it? Settings. It's usually right around this. There it is, right there. I apologize. If you hit full screen, and my internet's slow right now. I'm using my Wi-Fi, but like I said, the charts. Click on the 4 hour. Click. There it is. Click on the 1 hour. There it is. You know, they load up nice and quick. Before, that's why I left before. I love their charts because they don't get the crazy ass wicks that a lot of other places get to take you out. I hate that. You know, these charts look good. They compare to every other chart out there. Bitcoin had this drop. That's 100% legit there. You know, but you don't get them crazy, you know, and take everybody out just to get your money. I like them a lot. And if you leverage trade and you're interested, check out our Discord. That's a level 3 membership in the description of the video. I hate to shill this stuff, but it's a way to keep my channel going. Now, we have 150 some members in our Discord. It's a leverage trading Discord. We have a pile of great traders in there. We'd love to have you. So please check it out. You also get a pile of videos, over 20 of them, over 10 hours. To teach you how to draw trend lines, look for price targets, and all that stuff. Everything you want to learn is in there. All right, so check it out if you'd like. Especially now when we're getting either a retracement or another push to the upside. You know, this is the time you want to be out trading. You know, not leverage, not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. You do your own research with stuff like that. But we do all right over there. All right, me personally, I'm looking for Bitcoin to do this. All right, come up here to the 618 for a B wave and then a C wave over. Okay, it broke a major trend line here, right up through here that it's been following for a very long time. 618 is up to 108 to 112,000. More likely something along the lines. You know, and if the market cycle top indicators are right and this thing runs up another wave, that's fantastic. But if it gets up into here, this is when I'm going to start worrying, looking at Bitcoin's price, looking at my tokens, and seeing if it's worth staying in, if it's going to head up here, or if it's going to come down here, down to 60 to 63,000 bucks, and complete the ABC. You know, so we'll have to keep an eye on this thing. You know, it definitely looks like it's going to run back up. Okay, the monthly RSI is coming down. The regular RSI trying to turn back up. The weekly looks fantastic. Look at this. When I click on it, the weekly is heading straight to the upside. All right, so looking for a bounce out of Bitcoin here. A 5 wave probably starting in here. I love my Elliott waves. Let's take a look. Yeah, more likely, right? You know, 1, 2, working maybe a 3 wave coming up here. You know, 4, 5, maybe up to our box. maybe something like that, a 5 wave up here. We'll see. Look, looks like a 1, 2, maybe 3. You know, your Elliott wave count. If you're familiar with that, if you're not, man, check that membership out. Learn a lot in there. You know, 1 looks like a 3 is just about ready to pop, maybe break. You know, maybe 3, 4 way back, and then a 5th up to our target. Maybe we'll see what happens here. If it breaks through that 112, hey, that's great news. That means another push to the upside. That would take it up to the 150s. That's a 2618 on the fib, back off of 2021. Almost perfect. Look at this. I'll show you. Let's go in a weekly. Okay, the 1618 is at 154, right? 154,000. Now we get this off here. Put a fib right on here on 2021, right? Go off the prior high, pull it down right there. Where's the 2618? 153. So it would line right up with the 2618. That would be crazy. We'll see what happens, okay? So pay attention. If it gets up to that 108 to 112, that'll be a pretty prime area. XRP, if you ask me, looks pretty good. Looks like it's setting up for a blast, right? Possible blast to the upside here. On the monthly, let's see. You know, this is, oh, I'm sorry, this is Bitcoin. I was wondering, but it's like, what the heck's going on here? Let's get XRP up here. And please hit that like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that, guys. I always forget to mention that, you know, and leave a prayer in the comments for BitBoy. He could use it right now, right? We all, like I said, we all get beat down in life at some time. You know, don't need anybody else to bash us down, right? It's like the worst thing you can do to somebody, you know, when they're down. You know, think of yourself. I know some things went down if you're really into you know, getting sucked into the drama stuff. Yeah, some stuff went down. It wasn't cool, but that's life, right? We all make some wrong choices at times. But anyway, XRP in here. You know, is this a wave 1, 2, and it's gonna blast up out of here? It's on a daily. You got a resistance line right down over top here, right on this daily, and it looks like it's probably gonna run up. The daily RSI, look down here, super low, oversold. You got a line on here, you know, right down through here, coming down through. That's not perfect, but you get the drift, right? Looks like it's going to break and head up. The daily stochastic is trying to turn up. The weekly, look at that, on the very bottom. There's your bearish divergence. Look at that. You have this high here, a lower high, okay, a higher high on price, then another lower high, and a higher high on price. Was that the big pullback here? And now push up. Quite honestly, I would be looking for a 618 and 702 and then see what happens. You know, see what's going on with Bitcoin, and I'll make my decision up then, right? We come down here, and then we take a rectangle, you know, I'll be looking for XRP to come back up in this area. And then see what happens up to 294 to 310, right? That would be your 618. That'd be a retracement. And we'll see what happens. You know, it does a bust through and head up to 480. Is Bitcoin fooling us all here? And it's not a top, and it's going to make another push up to the 150s. You know, we'll see, right? It could happen, no question about it. I mean, shakeouts happen. You know, that's when they try to push you out of the market, and crazy things happen. But it has broke that major trend line. Does it bust back in and retake it? Possible, right? So we'll keep an eye on all this stuff. But you know, the market looks like a bounce is coming for sure, guys. So keep an eye on that. I love all you. Please hit that like and subscribe. Go sign up for weeks and get in our Discord. Come over there and trade with us. Have a great day, everybody.